and welcome to Focus On with me, Keamogetswe Mosepele. The Gauteng Provincial Government delivered the final budget presentation for the 6th administration at the Gauteng Legislature, where Gauteng Finance MEC Jacob Mamabolo tabled a provincial budget of 165.8 billion rand for the 2024-2025 financial year, with a focus on fighting crime and boosting the township economy. For more on this and other developments, I am joined by the Gauteng Health MEC, Nomantu, Nkomo-Ralehoko, as well as later on we will be speaking to Khumalo, the Gauteng MEC for Cooperative Governance, Traditional Affairs, E-Government, Research and Development. Thank you so much, MEC, for joining us and welcome to the show. Now, your department has been located 64.8 billion rand with a total of over 200 billion over the medium-term expenditure framework. Now, looking back, what are some of your reflections over some of the budget allocations that have been placed into your department?
There are quite a number of things that we'll be able to do with that amount of money that we have received from the provincial government, especially the Department of Treasury. And I'm happy that at least the Department of Health, they have allocated some funds for us. Part of the things that we are going to do, we're going to focus on making sure that we improve our facilities in the hospitals. We are going to upgrade some of our facilities, especially the area of health infrastructure. Remember, we have some hospitals that we are busy renovating, including some of the clinics that we are renovating. The other area is the expansion of our health services. And part of the work that we're going to do in those expansions, in most of the hospitals now, we are renovating some wards or building new wards for mental health care users. And that's another area that we're going to look into. And the other area that we've been looking into now, which is very critical, is the issue of records management in our hospitals, reducing our queues and the waiting time in the hospitals. So part of that money, it will definitely go to those specific areas that I've raised. Besides that, we have an issue of litigations that are in our hospitals. So part of the money will definitely allocate it now to assist in terms of looking into those areas where we've been litigated and do negotiations, because we don't just pay anyway. We start by negotiating if we have any claim that we are receiving. Besides the other issue of compensation of employees, that even that one will be taken care of. We have seen a number of doctors that said they are not working, and we will have now to look into some of those doctors that are not working and assist them, because we can't have doctors that are not working in the province, and we still have some of the hospitals that we need that. Even yesterday, the team that is led by HOD was sitting down doing an audit of every facility that we have, where we have a shortage of staff. That's why we're going to look into those specific areas.
And I appreciate that you've touched on expansion, but moving towards this administration's tenure as it comes to a close, some might say the success of the budget lays on the commitment to advancing Gauteng's economic and social landscape. Would you say that this has been achieved?
I think it has been achieved, because remember, as a former MEC for finance, in fact, I was saying this is one of the best budgets that have been presented, accommodating each and every department, including the economic issues and some of the social issues that we need to address it as a department. I was saying to the team, this budget is going to help us to finish strong, because we're going now to the end of the financial year, and that's where we need to make sure that we aggressively address some of the issues that we are unable to address. We need to create more opportunities, because even if government, we are not an employer, but we are assisting in terms of creating opportunities, especially economic opportunities for those small businesses that are sitting at home, that have hope that this government will be able to assist them.
And it also has been noted that a lion's share of the previous budget allocations have been given to the social cluster, which does include the health sector. Of the total 744 billion, over 80% has been given to or has been allocated to your department. What is your opinion on this decision?
It has been always the case. Remember, part of the priorities of our government including our NGO, which is the African National Congress, health and education is the priority, including social development. Then now there's an additional one that is crime prevention, that is part of that. So those are the right areas that this money will go to. And definitely, even now we're coming from the cabinet meeting, we will definitely make sure that we utilize that amount.
And that was Gauteng Health MEC Nomantu Nkomo-Ralehoko. Let's cross over to the Gauteng Provincial Legislature, where I caught up with Khumalo, the Gauteng MEC for Cooperative Governance, Traditional Affairs, E-Government Research and Development. Your department has been allocated 1.7 billion, which also speaks to 5.1 billion over the MTEF. What are your reflections, particularly speaking to this budget speech, which speaks to the last of the 6th administration?
Good morning to you and good morning to your viewers at home. We appreciate the budget as it's presented because it talks directly to the commitments that the department would have made. The first point that we want to appreciate is the fact that we will be assisting in ensuring that the integrated operational center is filled with the necessary equipment in order for it to help in tracking crime within the province itself. That's the first point we want to be, because we want to ensure that all stakeholders in the province do communicate to each other insofar as the issues of crime is concerned, so that if you have a panic button, for instance, when you press it, somebody must respond. It must not be a panic button for the sake of it. The second point is that we are happy that we will be rolling out Wi-Fi to all communities and certain community amenities within the communities that are therein. We're talking about schools, we're talking about small business people that we're going to help to enhance their businesses. So the Wi-Fi project is also one of the big projects that we're happy that allocation has been made around it. The other one is CCTV cameras. That's a very important one. As you know, for now we have rolled out about 6,900 CCTV cameras in the province. It is our intention that we should roll out about 15,000 CCTV cameras within the province. However, the good thing is that on this particular allocation, we'll be focusing on tish communities, in other words, in township, informal settlement, in our areas as such. That's what we're going to use this budget for. We have started to work with the Department of the Community Safety. We know the hotspots, where are these particular hotspots. It's a matter of mounting and ensuring that work gets done. As we all know, all our cameras now are live, have been linked to the command center of the province as such. The other most important project that we're happy of is the rollout of the panic button. Even though we take into account that the citizens of this province number has gone up, for instance, you're talking to more or less 16 million, but we're starting somewhere with the rolling out of that. And with the campaign, we're going to be engaging ourselves in encouraging people to have access to the app itself. We think that we'll be able to cover many of our citizens within the province itself. So all in all, the budget responded to our needs, particularly as eGov. On the other side of COCTA, the budget is also, particularly as it relates to our energy-related work, and also the support that we need to give to municipalities. We think that it will go a long way to ensure that, as you know, we have already started to roll out the energy projects with the transformers that we've been issuing within the communities, connecting them within the communities, led by the Premier as such. But one of the things that we're happy of is the fact that we are working towards the 800 megawatts that we want to develop. We are calling for a load shedding free province. And if you take the 800 megawatts that we're going to be contributing to the national grid, you take the 100 megawatts that we spoke about, and this commitment around that, you will see that we are going to make a huge dent insofar as load shedding is concerned in the province. And it's a good step towards ensuring that we have a load shedding free province as such.
MEC, I do appreciate that you touched on considerably two big issues that stand quite heavily on the Gauteng economy, which is energy as well as crime prevention, and which is something your department has worked to prioritize. Now, over this budget speech, considering it possibly could be the last for this administration, what are some of the underpinnings or the highlights of your tenure that speak to those two priorities?
We've been able to ensure that there is a rollout of CCTV cameras in the communities. You go to Dispilot, you'll find us there. You go to Kagiso, you'll find us there, and other communities that are there. That's the first highlight that we want to. We've ensured that we prototype the rollout of the e-panic button by targeting certain civil servants that are in dire need, for instance, our teachers, because they're in danger as they do their work, and also our nurses who also are exposed to certain dangers and we're happy that there's positive response on that. They've been working very well as such. We are happy that we are continuing to digitize these functions and services of government. To that extent, the issue of job applications. To that extent, the issue of the matric results, which you can get at the comfort of your home. The MEC spoke about the e-invoices that ran to 1 million that have been received from our small business SMMEs, because we want to make life easy for those particular SMMEs. We're happy that we have turned the life of many of our people in the province around by ensuring that we install transformers where they did not have transformers, because for them electricity was not only about load shedding, but they could not get electricity because of this particular. Those are practical highlights that we think are taking us somewhere as the province. As regards to municipalities, we have put in place what we call a compliance program. In other words, we've looked at all things, issues that the AG have raised, and we are saying to municipalities, do comply. But we're not only saying that, we are going to work with municipalities through this program to ensure that there's actual implementation and therefore mitigation of the issues that the AG would have raised. Because we think if we can start there and ensure that we implement those issues that the AG is raising, we will have different municipalities in our province.
And that brings our conversation to a close. Thank you to my guest, the Gauteng Health MEC, Nomantu Nkomo-Ralehoko, as well as Khumalo, the Gauteng MEC for Cooperative Governance, Traditional Affairs, E-Government, Research and Development, for joining us on today's program. From me, Keamogetswe Mosepele, it's goodbye for now.